agrointerest, pastoralist, and rural household engaged in petty fishery business are widely recognized as an essential base for poverty reduction and food stability. Looking critically into the agricultural sector, the bulk of the farming rests in the rural sector, about 70% of sub-Saharan African population. Women remain responsible for food production in Africa. The agricultural sector of the economy has received great attention from the civilian administration, and this might be born out of the conviction that the development of agriculture provides a platform for economic recovery. Therefore, attention has been given to all sectors of agriculture, from crop production, pastoral production, to aquatic production.
That shows that agriculture is important in Nigerian development. Like I said, some time ago, agriculture plays a major role in Nigeria before the discovery of oil. It was until when oil was discovered that emphasis on agriculture became reduced. But we are going back to it today.
Aquatic production has received a boost in the riverine area because of its availability and high level of consumption. One of such aquatic foods recognized in river states is the periwinkle, popularly known as isam. The common periwinkle, which first appeared in Nigeria in the 1860s, is now found along the coast wherever there is hard substrate, rock, riprap, broken concrete, and jetties. Periwinkle shell is broadly ovate, thick and sharply pointed, except when eroded. About the diameter of a quarter, the snail can be recognized by the blunt shape of its shell and a white inner lip. When disturbed, it retreats into its shell. Periwinkle, clinging to rocks and barnacle, laden boulders just above the low tide line, may look innocent, but this alien feast on local algae and the eggs of other snails can stunt the growth of native limpets. It can even destroy salt marshes with its voracious appetite. More than 700 common periwinkles can be found in a square yard along parts of the shore. Most biologists believe that common periwinkles arrive in ballast rocks. It belongs to the phylum Mollusk of the giant snail family, mainly in the coastal areas of the Niger Delta region. It is also known as the brackish water species. It is an all-season seafood, but abundant when the water is at low tide. It can be picked as the water ebbs into the sea, revealing a marshing swamp among mangrove trees.
When the water goes down, the whole place will look dry. And at the floor of the ground, the marshy ground, you find periwinkle scattered everywhere. Then when we come from the village, we find these periwinkles, especially when the water is down and dry. We can now pick them for our food.
I cannot go to Why? Oh, you can hold it.
The rainy season, during the dry season, or as soon as the water is dry, because the water comes in and goes away.
It is best picked at the early hours of the morning. The periwinkle comes in different sizes and can be identified as male and female.
This one used to choke now. This one is smooth. The smooth one is the female one. My this is male. And the choke one is stronger than this one. Now, if you do these two periwinkle and keep in a separate place, this one will still be strong, while this one will spoil.
The species periwinkle has a special way of processing.
My basket. I've already finished it inside. So I want to put it and I want to wash it to remove the mud so that it will not spoil. So this is how we wash it after picking it. So that is what I'm doing. After washing it like this now, I will put it in my bag. I wash my bag. This is my bedroom. I wash it. After washing it, I now put the pan inside. And I pour this and start going. Okay. When he will not remove it like this, if you use it in that after soup, he will not suck it after the cooking. So that's why you remove the bottom before we put inside soup.
After picking, the process of how to use it now depends on the family, whether for commercial use or for family consumption. For commercial use, it is transported in bags to nearby markets for sale or removed using a pin. Many times, we observe the different colors exhibited by the periwinkle when removed from the shell as a result of the processing. As tiny as it is, the periwinkle possesses great nutritional value.
They are very rich in proteins. They are also rich in some minerals like copper and zinc. And you know the value of proteins. If you are going to grow healthily, have healthy muscles and muscle tissue, you talk about proteins. Even things like blood clotting, proteins play a very good role. Periwinkles contain copper. It also contains zinc. Copper is found to be very useful for healthy growth, particularly in children that are growing up. Healthy growth. And that one mineral we use in our body is also iron. And to have iron break down, there are certain things that if you eat particular kinds of food, you are going to need these enzymes to do their work, breaking down those food substances. Copper acts like some kind of catalyst to enhance enzyme activity. So that's another value of copper, which we've said you get it from periwinkles. Then, of course, for hair, healthy hair growth and healthy hair maintenance. The connective tissues too, the tissues that join our bones and things together, copper plays a role. And then our eyesight too, copper is very useful in eyesight. And then, of course, this might sound strange, but copper also reduces aging. For males, you just need about 11 milligrams of copper a day. For females, about 9 milligrams, and then you are fine. And then the other thing is energy production. Zinc is another important mineral that we need in our body. Again, zinc assists in metabolism, that is enhancing the rate of the breakdown of the nutrients that we take. And then there are sometimes we feel tired as a result of stress, oxidative stress. Zinc reduces stress. It can help us in stress. And then, of course, in enzyme activity too, zinc also plays a role. And everybody's concerned about their immune system. Because if your immune system is not functioning properly, you'll be susceptible to all kinds of diseases and ailments. Common cold, cough, pneumonia, and all kinds of things. But if your immune system, which fights foreign bodies and fights disease, is active, you'll be healthy most of the time. And zinc is a very important mineral that's required for healthy immune system, immune boosting. Zinc is very important. Then some people will have wounds and it doesn't heal on time. If you have enough zinc in your system, your wounds will heal better and faster than with other people. Then zinc assists also in blood pressure control. Zinc is very important in blood pressure control and also in reduced muscle activity. Some of us, walking a short distance, you get tired, muscle fatigue. If you have enough zinc, that will not be a very big problem. And then, of course, skin care. This is particularly important for ladies, skin care. You need an adequate amount of zinc in your diet every day. And so you see the common periwinkle becomes a very rich source of getting a lot of minerals and for our system. This skincare includes, of course, periwinkles. Those who have sufficient amount of zinc, they will have less problems with acne.
Being a staple food of people in the riverine area, it has gained prominence in the southern part of the country. No soup is complete without periwinkle to escort your swallowed eba, loi loi, semovita, and their likes. Most of the soup commonly prepared with periwinkle, otherwise known as isam, are idikai kong, vegetable soup, native soup, granite soup, okra soup, egusi, just name it. It is added after every other ingredient has been added to the soup.
One of the highest protein food or fish in the river. They use it in so many types of things, cooking items. Whatever thing you want to cook in as a riversman, anything fresh, the right meat, whatever thing you want to cook, they used to add periwinkle as the smaller meat added to it.
When you go to hospitals, they will tell you that you should take a periwinkle. So periwinkle is very, very good for somebody, for person.
Nutritionists have researched that both the shell and the periwinkle have great economic value. Periwinkle can be dried and exported to countries like Europe, Latin America, and African countries. Apart from its edible qualities, the outer shells are used for different purposes.
The shell has been used for over 60 years in our area, the River State area, particularly. Concrete is a mixture of water, what we call fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, and cement. These four items constitute what we call concrete. Now, water does not require any definition. Fine aggregates constitute what we call sand. This sand can be sourced from the river, they won't call river sand. In some places, you just dig a pit, you find sand. In some places where those things are not available, they can crush even gravel to get, the aggregate called fine aggregate, and that is sand again. They call it crushed river sand. It's available in that form. Then the coarse aggregate is mainly, again, from river gravel, river again, then granite in areas where they have that in abundance. It's not really available in the coastal area. It's difficult to find granite. So use of granite here, you have to import from out there. But this is where periwinkle comes in. Periwinkle serves as a coarse aggregate.
Conspicuously deposited at a place. Each time they finish harvesting it, peeling it, doing all the processes and removing the flesh, they pack it at a conspicuous place where it could even be traded on. People come to buy them, to use them for several things. They use them for decoration of mud houses. They use them for an alternative to what we call linter. We are doing lintering of a building. We can use it to do basement instead of gravels and concretes. We use these periwinkle shells for those things. So for us, they are very useful, very, very useful.
The periwinkle shell has high economic value as it is on high demand by road construction companies for use on our roads.
They were using it in a local way. But as engineers, continue evolving and they may be studying, carrying out tests. We try to compare concrete made from granite as coarse aggregate, and then concrete made from periwinkle shell as coarse aggregate. Then for the third category, concrete made from a mixture of periwinkle and river gravel as coarse aggregate. Locally, people have been using periwinkle alone to do their concrete roads floor their buildings, the rooms, do their lintel in their buildings. It's been standing quite okay. But when these tests were carried out, we discovered that the best use of periwinkle in concrete will be substituting it, part of it, as gravel. That is a mixture of periwinkle and gravel. That is the third option I gave, as coarse aggregate. You don't have cement or water. And so the result has shown that it could be used